Have you ever dreamed of traveling the world but worried about the cost? It's a common concern, isn't it? The thought of globetrotting and exploring new horizons is exhilarating, but often, the reality of budget constraints, time management and planning intricacies can seem daunting. You may wonder if it's even possible to experience the world without breaking the bank. Well, let me tell you, it's more than possible. It's achievable. Fear not, I am here to guide you on how to plan a budget-friendly trip around the world. First, gain a clear understanding of what makes up the cost of traveling. Your dream trip around the world isn't just a plane ticket away. There are several key components that make up the overall cost of your travels. Let's start with airfare. This is often the largest expense, especially if you're traveling to multiple destinations. It's not just about the price of a ticket from point A to point B. When budgeting for airfare, remember to factor in costs like baggage fees or potential flight changes. Next, consider accommodation. Are you a fan of luxury hotels, or is a cozy bed and breakfast more your style? Maybe you're adventurous and willing to try a night in a treehouse or a yurt. The cost of where you lay your head at night can vary dramatically based on your taste and comfort level. Food is another crucial part of the budget. The cost of dining out can add up quickly, especially in touristy areas. But don't worry, there are ways to save on meals. Consider shopping at local markets and cooking your meals, or eating at less touristy spots where prices are often lower. Transportation within your destination is another cost to consider. Will you rent a car, use public transportation, or maybe even rent a bike? Think about not only the cost but also the convenience and experience each option provides. Lastly, budget for activities. This includes entrance fees for attractions, guided tours, or even that spontaneous hot air balloon ride you might decide to take. This part of the budget is often overlooked, but can quickly add up if not planned for. Each of these components, airfare, accommodation, food, transportation, and activities, play a significant role in the overall cost of your travels. And while it might seem daunting, breaking down your travel costs into these categories can make budgeting for your dream trip more manageable. Remember, a well-planned budget is the first step to affordable travel. So, take the time to understand each of these costs, and you'll be well on your way to planning that budget-friendly trip around the world. Scene script. Airfare can be one of the largest expenses, but there are ways to save. Now let's talk about airfare, often the biggest bite out of your travel budget. But don't let those high prices scare you off. With a bit of planning, flexibility, and savvy searching, you can significantly cut down your flight costs. First off, consider using flight comparison websites. These are your best friends when it comes to finding the best deals. Websites like Skyscanner, Kayak, or Google Flights aggregate prices from various airlines and booking sites, allowing you to compare and choose the most affordable option. Some of these sites even offer price alerts, so when the cost of your desired flight drops, you'll be the first to know. Booking in advance is another tried-and-true method to save on airfare. Airlines often release their flight schedules up to a year in advance, and usually the earlier you book, the lower the price. So, if you know your travel dates well ahead, don't hesitate to lock in those flights. But be careful. Booking too early can sometimes be as costly as booking too late. The sweet spot is usually between 3 to 6 months prior to your departure. But what if you're not a planner? Well, being flexible with your travel dates can also lead to substantial savings. If you're not bound by specific dates, try to avoid peak travel times like holidays and weekends. Midweek flights, especially those on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, are often cheaper. Red-eye flights or those at the crack of dawn can also be less expensive, as they're less popular. Similarly, being open to multiple departure and arrival airports can help you score a deal. Sometimes a short drive to a different airport can result in significant savings. Lastly, don't overlook budget airlines. Just be sure to read the fine print for any extra fees that might apply. Remember, patience and flexibility are key when hunting for cheap flights. It might take a bit of time and effort, but the savings can be well worth it. With these tips, you can significantly cut down your airfare costs. Next up, let's tackle accommodations, another major expense. When it comes to affordable accommodations, you're not short of options. You just need to know where to look and be flexible. Let's dive into some of the most popular options for budget travelers. First off, hostels. They're not just for backpackers or young travelers anymore. These days, hostels offer a range of room types, from dormitories to private rooms, all typically priced lower than hotels. Plus, they're great places to meet fellow travelers and get insider tips about the destination. Next, budget hotels. They might not offer the plush comfort of a 5-star resort, but they provide all the necessary amenities for a comfortable stay. Many also offer breakfast, adding to the value. Just remember to compare prices and read reviews before booking. Now let's talk about vacation rentals. Platforms like Airbnb have made it easier than ever to find affordable, homey accommodations around the world. Whether you're looking for a cozy cabin in the woods or a chic city apartment, there's likely a rental to suit your budget and style. And then we have house swapping. This is where you exchange your home with someone else's in your destination of choice. It's a unique way to immerse yourself in local culture while saving on accommodation costs. There are several reputable websites where you can arrange a safe and secure swap. But remember, when choosing your accommodation, it's not just about the price. The location and convenience are equally important. Staying in a cheaper place far from attractions may end up costing you more in transportation, so balance your budget with your itinerary and convenience. Finally, don't forget to check for discounts and deals. Many booking websites offer flash sales or last-minute deals that can save you a bundle. And if you're traveling off-season, you might land some fantastic bargains. In a nutshell, finding affordable accommodations takes some research and flexibility. But with so many options out there, it's more than possible to find a place that fits your budget without compromising on comfort or location. Finding affordable accommodations is easier than you think. Now that we have flights and accommodations covered, let's talk about food and transportation. When it comes to eating on a budget, one of the best ways to save money is by eating like a local. Often, the tastiest and most authentic food can be found at local markets or street food stalls, which are typically much cheaper than touristy restaurants. Plus, you'll get a unique cultural experience that's hard to beat. Remember, the cuisine is part of the journey. Don't be afraid to try new things. You might discover your new favorite dish in a bustling market or a hidden gem of a restaurant. As for groceries, consider shopping in local supermarkets or farmers markets. Not only will this save you money, but it will also give you a glimpse into the everyday lives of the locals. And who knows, you might pick up a recipe or two. Now, let's shift gears and talk about getting around. One of the most cost-effective ways of moving around is by using public transportation. Buses, trams, subways, these are all great options for getting a feel of the city while saving your pennies. Walking is another excellent option. It's free, it's healthy, and it allows you to take in the sights at your own pace. Just make sure to wear comfortable shoes, and you're good to go. And then, there are ride-sharing apps. These can be a lifesaver in places where public transportation is not readily available or if you're in a hurry. Just remember to compare prices before you book, as they can vary widely. In conclusion, eating and moving around on a budget is all about immersing yourself in the local culture. It's about tasting the local cuisine, navigating the streets like a local, and experiencing the city on your own terms. And most importantly, it's about making the most out of your travel experience without breaking the bank. So don't let budget constraints hold you back. With a little planning and creativity, you can explore the world without emptying your wallet. Remember, the local way is often the cheapest way. Finally, let's not forget about budgeting for activities. It's the experiences and adventures that truly make a trip memorable. And here's the secret: you don't have to spend a fortune to have fun. Start by researching free or low-cost attractions. Many cities offer plenty of these, from beautiful parks to intriguing museums, and even captivating street performances. Next, always be on the lookout for discounts. Many tourist attractions offer reduced prices for early bookings or during off-peak hours. Also consider investing in city tourist cards. These often provide free or discounted entry to a myriad of attractions, saving you a bundle in the long run. Lastly, prioritize your must-do activities. It's okay to splurge on a few bucket list experiences. After all, those are the moments you'll remember most. So, plan wisely, spend judiciously, and remember, the best things in life are often free or come at a small price. With these tips, you can enjoy amazing experiences without breaking the bank. So, are you ready to plan your budget-friendly trip around the world? We've journeyed through understanding travel costs, saving on airfare, seeking out affordable accommodations, eating and getting around on a budget, and budgeting for activities. Planning and budgeting are key to making this dream a reality. With careful planning, traveling the world doesn't have to be a dream. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more travel tips. Safe travels, everyone.